Welcome to Total Life Complete TV, where we'll meet interesting people and get their tips on work and life. Hi, it's Brett Cowell and welcome to Total Life Complete TV. Today I'm here with Thierry Plumettaz, wine expert and wine store owner. Welcome to.
Thank you very much. Wine expert, it's a little bit big, but
we'll see.
Wine aficionado is more like it.
What are kind of a couple of top tips to get more out of the wine experience?
First, step out of your boundaries, because there's a lot of wine that you never heard of, and it's always good to try something new. I have people coming in the shop and tell me, oh, I don't drink Chardonnay anymore. I'm like, okay, I know exactly what you mean. And the first thing I give them is the Chardonnay. But they're like, oh, this is good. What is it? It's like what you don't drink anymore. So, you can really have fun with it and play with it. And it breaks down a lot of the barriers about, socially.
So how has wine changed your life?
What I like is it brings community. It brings a topic of conversation. People are always curious, about not only wine itself, but wine regions, different style, because you've got rosés now, which are very big here in Texas.
Now, what you're doing with this wine shop might be considered by some people as being like the road less traveled. It might have been something that they've thought about themselves specifically, or they might be thinking about some other change at work or in life. So what advice would you have for people in getting started on something different?
Well, you got to make the leap of faith. When you leave your job, you've got a lot of security, you have, the benefits you have. But, if you decide to go on your own and leave basically corporate America, then, you need to do your research.
A lot of people get caught up on the idea of huge amounts of capital and having to have huge teams in order to make a leap.
Well, in that case here, I talk to everybody who comes through the door. In order for me to get the repeat business, I have to be very genuine and truthful about what I'm doing. Okay.
So building on that, what's your key for success in business?
Well, the best advertisement is word of mouth. It's the cheapest, it's the safest, it is the most genuine as well. A lot of people, first time when they come here, they say, oh, such and such, my neighbor told me to come here, my sister told me to come here. And I hear that all the time. So that means I must be doing something right. Otherwise, if you don't get good customer service, they would not, praise you for what you're doing. Another very, easy way to promote the business is via social media.
So I understand that you're actually offering to take people on trips now to the wine regions of Europe. Is that correct?
That's right. For the last few years, when I was working at the importer level, we get to visit different regions in France, and it gave me an idea to take some customers to specific wine region, mostly Alsace, Burgundy, and Champagne region. It's a trip that it's a week long. It's more focused not so much onto wine tastings and wineries. It's more a week in France in beautiful properties, eating some good food, and visit some wineries. So I don't want it to be like the tour operator where you have extended people. It's very, very small, intimate, and it's a week that passed very, very quickly, actually.
I bet. Now, that's one thing I love about wine, exploring the different varietals, but it's like taking a geography lesson or exploring the world from your couch or your glass or whatever. One thing that I noticed when I first came in here was that you've got a turntable over there and a stack of vinyls. So tell us a little bit about that. What sort of music can you expect to hear, and what do you like to listen to?
I always like the vinyl. It brings a warmth and kind of like memories from my childhood. And the range and selection goes pretty much from jazz to blues to rock and roll. So it depends on the mood, it depends on the situation. But one day you might come in and hear some Albert King, and next week might be Saturday Night Live Fever. So that's the range of where it goes.
Thierry, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Thierry's wine shop by the water really captured my imagination. He offers personal service and a selection of wines that you won't find at other stores, and a series of events to bring in the local crowd. This leads to positive word of mouth, which he then supplements with social media. Thierry seems well on his way to the vision of that local wine shop well integrated into the local community. Join us again on the next episode of Total Life Complete TV.